Man United are generally considered the biggest team in England. They have the most Premier League trophies, but are now tied with Liverpool for the most top division titles. But United have had an immense fall-off since their last league win. Sir Alex Ferguson was a dominant force, producing unbelievable academy talent, and had Ballon d'Or winning Ronaldo, as well as Rooney, Keane, Scholes, some of the Premier League all-timers. But despite dominating England, a lot of people think they should have ended up with more European trophies. They did win 2 Champions Leagues, but they did also fall short twice to Pep's Barcelona. But they've been a shadow of themselves for so many years now, and their underperforming big money signings is a key reason for that drop-off. But with Mbeumo and Cunha both looking good, and Fernandes coming off a record-breaking season, could Man United be back on the rise? Well, we've joined them to try and take them back to their glory days. And we'll be doing this while trying to keep it as realistic as possible. So if you love in-depth, realistic career modes, this is the perfect place for you. So sit back, relax, as hopefully we can save Man United. And this is the current state of the team at the end of the season we've just seen. And it's not bad. But there are obviously rooms for improvement. But all in all, it was definitely a big jump up considering how bad they were the season before. And I mean, yeah, Bruno Fernandes, 21 assists. Player of the season in the Prem. An unbelievable year. And he's going to be crucial if we want to take them back to the top. But obviously, we are losing Casemiro. He is going to Inter Miami in real life, so he can go kick it with Messi. But he was really, really solid this season, and that's going to be a big miss. But yeah, like I said, though, they actually had a decent season, especially after Carrick took over, because it was looking a little bit shaky. But third place, comfortably as well, once again back in the Champions League. The board have let us loose. £178 million to spend. And I mean, there's instantly one player we're bringing in, and that is Ederson. Obviously, he's basically signed in real life, so we've just brought him in off the bat, and this is now what our team's looking like. Obviously, because of the World Cup, you know, basically no one's available right now, but I don't think it's that bad of a base to try and build off for the rest of the window. Obviously, we've got Marcus Rashford back from loan off Barcelona. They chose Gordon over Rashford. I mean, each to their own. But the question is, what are we going to do with him? We've listed a lot of players as well. Anana's back from loan. He can go. We've got Lamans. He's better. Rashford we have listed because I do feel like he is going to go in real life. Sancho, Mount. You can see the other players. I don't think they're going to get minutes, and I don't really want them on the bench either. So yeah, those players have all gone, as you can see. A lot of sales have already gone through the door. Rashford's gone to Villa for 30.8 mil. He's trying the Sancho route. Talking about Sancho, he's gone to Spurs for 21.7. Anana's gone to Newcastle. Mount to Bournemouth. I wish him the best. And Diogo Dalot has gone Galatasaray. I think a lot of Man United fans will be happy with that sale. But as you can see, obviously, with Dalot going, our only actual right back now is Mazraoui, who is a decent player. But if we want to, you know, push on with Champions League, that's definitely somewhere we need to improve, as well as DM. We've already bought in Ederson, Mainu, the star boy. But again, beyond them, we're looking to move on Ugarte. The options are pretty limited. So the first player we're trying to negotiate for is Couto from Dortmund. An option at right back. He's still young, but he's going to fit our system a bit better, as you're going to be seeing in a minute. And we've got a deal agreed for 18 mil, which isn't too bad at all. I mean, yeah, he's a decent player. 86 dribbling. As you can see, though, he's definitely more attacking-minded, which is going to suit how we're wanting to set up here. We're going with our own tactics, and he suits it. I know how we want to set up in terms of the style of play, but formation's obviously the big question. I feel like the 4-2-1-3 is probably going to suit us best with a balanced defensive approach and counter-attacking. We're bringing them back to the prime counter-attack days. Left back is a position we potentially could do with. Shaw's, you know, fair enough to him, come off a great season, injury-free as well, but still, we need depth. Because actually, you might be thinking Patrick Dorgu, a great season when he was fit, but we actually want to move him slightly higher. He's now actually a left mid on the game, but we want to use him as an option a bit higher up, just because I feel like there's, you know, more potential for him up there. So we have done some more business, as you can see. Couto you already know about, but we've brought in Carlos Romero from Villarreal for £13 million. I mean, a left back that can play centre mid, 81 rated. It takes a bit of pressure off Shaw. He doesn't have to play every single game for us now. He's all rounded. He looks great. And hopefully he can do the job for us. But we haven't stopped there, because we've also brought in Sangare from Nottingham Forest for £12 million. Defensively, so sound. Because our two current ones, you know, a bit of legs with Ederson, a bit of quality on the ball with Mainu. But that Casemiro role of just sitting there defensively solid, Sangare, hopefully, can do that off the bench in cup games. So yeah, this is how I'm thinking of lining up. I'm going to go with Martinez and Euro for now, but obviously we've got decent centre-back backup options. It's just all to do with injuries. Both fullbacks are coming straight into the team. And yeah, looking at this team now, I feel like we're in a pretty strong position already. And with a player like Bruno Fernandes in your squad, you're never going to be too far off some success. He can carry an awful team to trophies, like we have seen in the past. So hopefully, he's still only 31. He's got years left to play. And hopefully he can replicate what he did last year. And the last bit of business is Ugarte. He's going to Brentford. You know, he's just not the level that we're after at all. He's a bit erratic, not too comfy on the ball. And 11.1 mil, I don't mind it. So yeah, these are the tactics we're actually going to be lining up with. We want both wingers cutting inside. Cunha on a playmaker and Buemo on an inside forward. Both fullbacks overlapping. That's what I was saying about Couto. Perfectly fit in that system. And I feel like these tactics could definitely help us start climbing the league again. And also, the European battle is going to be a big test for us. Just about time we play through that first season in charge at Man United. We've had a big clear out of a lot of the rubbish in the squad, it's fair to say. It's been a transitional season for us. But let's get through it. Back in Europe, let's see what we can go and achieve. As you can see, against Fulham, early doors, they've got the ball into Emile Smith-Rowe. And, you know, to be fair, they have caught us out here. But look at Ederson. This is why he's so important for us. The tracking, the challenge is perfect. Look, against Chelsea, we are already 1-0 down, but we get it into Matheus Cunha, into Bruno Fernandes, holding up lovely. Look at that for reverse pass into Mbeumo, back into Fernandes. Unbelievable. Against Everton, we get it into Kobbie Mainoo, who was a really important part of how we wanted to play, the composure on the ball. And look at that for a ball in behind to Cunha. Cuts it back to Mainoo. Still got it cut in. It's a bit lucky. But Mainoo, he's different levels. In the Champions League as well, against Como, as you can see, we are counter-attacking, but sometimes that press is just too important not to do as we get it. And then look, it's quick play, beautiful goal. We're trying to, you know, really show intent against Arsenal. Look at that for a challenge. Early doors, really setting the pace. It's not always sitting deep and countering. Sometimes it is stepping up. It's just choosing it at the right time. Because look, again, beautiful defending. Galatasaray trying to cause some issues here on the counter where we have been caught, you know, a bit out of shape because of the fullbacks bombing on so far forward. But look, Ederson stepping across, Euro stepping across, and Ederson once again is covering for the gap that we've left. We've got one game left to play in the Prem, and we're fourth. So with a strong chance of getting back-to-back Champions League, I feel like that's definitely a move in the right direction. But we are going to be playing this because we could end up in the Conference League or the Champions League. And we're against Forest, which is quite a nice matchup. And Tottenham and Villa are playing each other. So we're definitely in a prime position here. It's obviously going to be the full-strength team. No surprises here. Away from home to Forest. This should be easy work. Okay, they've got it with Plata in the middle. Ederson, lovely challenge, breaking up play. Now it's Bruno for my first time ball out to Matheus Cunha, who's got this space. He's attacking it early doors, held up lovely. Fernandes has still got the ball now. Oh, he's had to fight for it. Sesko back into Fernandes, who's through. Fernandes, 22 minutes. Oh my God. Benjamin Sesko's becoming a bit of a poacher. I mean, it's not too difficult when you've got Fernandes supplying you. Okay, they've got the ball with Plata once again. They have got in behind. A bit worrying here as Enjoy is on the ball. And oh my God, that is awful from us. Martinez is stepping across. Oh, what a challenge. Half time, and it's been a really solid performance. Once again, like the whole season, we have sometimes been caught out on the counter where our fullbacks have gone way too high, which might be something we look to change in the future. But still, it's a solid performance. Okay, they've got the ball with Ola Aina now. Mainoo stopping it. Oh, Fernandes has done fantastic, and that's a great ball out. And look, the three up top are just sitting up there, catching teams out when they commit players forward. And Mbuemo's got it. He's cutting in. And Mbuemo gets the second. And you think now, that's Champions League confirmed. And it is. No slip-ups. 2-0 win. Beautiful play. You really saw the tactic come into full effect with that performance. At times, we get caught out because our fullbacks are too high. But with Cunha and Mbuemo sitting up there, not tracking back at all, we do the same to other teams, and that was in full effect. A beautiful win. So as you can see, there's your confirmation for you. Champions League footy once again. Potentially dropping to fourth because for some reason Liverpool didn't play the same time as everyone else. But either way, it's Champions League. But as you can see, in the Champions League, we had a decent run, to be fair, getting to the quarters and only just falling short to Bayern Munich, 4-3 on aggregate. So our first season back in the Champions League, mixed in with still getting top 4 in the Prem. It's a decent little run. But look at some of these player stats. The goals were spread around. Sesko, 24 for us. Cunha and Mbuemo Fernandes all with 19. Fernandes still getting those assists. So definitely looking solid. And this team is obviously looking very good. But we've got to chat about Lenny Yoro for a sec. He's turning into a really composed defender on the ball, coming into his own, and I'm excited to see what he can do for us. But the rest of the team, really solid, and again, a really good base for us to now build on going into the next window. And Ederson, maybe our best player. It's tough to say with the amount of goals some of the attackers scored, but he could do it all. winning the ball back, a bit of composure on the ball, and a crucial part of our system. But again, we've got some big players leaving on a free, mainly Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. I love Harry Maguire to bits, should have been at the World Cup, but he is now 34, and Luke Shaw didn't want a new contract either. He was second choice. It's fair enough. Can't blame him. But both of them are going to be moving on. The board have seen the vision with us now. £274 million to spend going into the next window. And we've got to spend it wisely again. We brought in great players in that first season. And we don't want to now mess it up by just getting over the top with the big budget we've got. But I mean, as you can see, the depth here is really starting to take a hit. We lost a lot of players in the first window. We've already lost Maguire and Shaw without any business being done. So again, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a busy window, I feel like. Ahmad's leaving. £30.5 million. He's such a good player, but that's almost why he is leaving. He's not getting in over Mbeumo, and he's too good at his age to be sitting on the bench. So he's going to Leipzig for £30.5 million. But don't worry, because we have got Shea Lacey, who's now up to 72 rated, 20 years old, maybe a loan move out to the Championship or a loan Prem team, and he could definitely be involved in the future for us. But yeah, look, we've had a crazy amount of sales. Toby Collier, Ahmad, you know about. Wheatley's gone. Ethan Williams has gone. Mazraoui's gone to Spurs. De Ligt has gone to Real Madrid. 35.7 mil. He did not want to be third, fourth choice. And you can't turn down Madrid. And Xerxes didn't really touch the pitch much. Doesn't suit how we want to play. So he's gone Porto for 19.2 mil. Yeah, our depth was already struggling. And now it's just taken an even bigger hit with our sales. We need to get this window right. Otherwise, we could be in trouble. We've instantly bought in Ito from Bayern Munich, and he only cost us £16.9 million. He's a solid centre-back that can cover out a left-back as well. He's decent, and again, with De Ligt leaving, I didn't really want him to go, but he wanted to, so we didn't really have a choice, and Ito is a solid option. But I mean, Bruno Fernandes, 32 years old now, 88 rated, had a good season for us, but he is down to his last year of contract, so we're going to try tempt him to stay, and I feel like he will. He's seen the vision, and hopefully he wants to still be a part of it. Okay, and we've now actually bought in some players because it was getting to desperate times. We've bought in Van Bommel for £20 million. We've bought in Pablo Torre for 22 mil. Leandro Santos for 6 mil and David Martinez for £12 million. So as you can see, Van Bommel is just going to be an option on that left-hand side. Obviously, we've still got Dorgu, who's going to rotate between that left back and left wing. But yeah, young, 6'4", rapid. It just gives a bit of a different look. Kind of the same story Martinez. With Ahmad going, we need someone off that right. Because obviously, Bruno can still cover out there. Cunha can go out there if needed. We do have options. And he's a young, exciting talent that could hopefully shine in the limited appearances he will get. And Leandro Santos will need a backup for right back. 21 years old, 72 rated. Not going to be getting loads of minutes. But again, it's a player that can develop into something special for us. We're not just trying to go for big names constantly. We need to set ourselves up for the future. And talking about the future, Pablo Torre, 79 rated, creative spark. With Bruno, you know, getting on a little bit now and not guaranteed to be staying, we need to start thinking about his replacement. And hopefully Torre can do that. So yeah, this team now is actually looking pretty decent. The starting 11 obviously actually hasn't changed at all from last season, but now the bench is a bit stronger. And more importantly, maybe not rating-wise it's stronger, but when you're adding these new players that we've signed players that fit the system we want to play. It's a bit more like a money ball where, you know, maybe lower rated, but if they fit the role they need to fit, they're going to play better than other players. So I don't feel like we're too, you know, bad of a position right now. But before we get into the next season, we've done some more business. Van der Per from Union St. Gilles. I did have a think and I thought, I don't think our depth is maybe quite ready to go into the next season. So he's 7 mil. And then Kostulas from Brighton, 25 mil. Xerxes going. And Kostulas, some talent. So yeah, Van der Per, he's just going to be a solid option off the bench. Again, we need as much numbers as possible. We've now got him and Sangare that can play that role. Even Martinez can fill in there as well. Even our left back can fill in there. He's a solid player, again, with a decent amount of potential. But Kostulas, we've bit the bullet. While he's still cheap enough, 20 years old, 77 rated. Sesko's been doing really well for us, but with the amount of games, we need as many options as possible. He looks good though, and I feel like 6'1", rapid in behind. It's not too dissimilar from Sesko, so if he can perform for us, he can definitely get a lot of minutes. But I think it's going to be a big season for Kobbie Mainoo. Really, really impressed me last season. The composure on the ball is just absolutely ridiculous. And hopefully he can carry us to another decent Prem finish. But we have luckily got Bruno sealed for another season. So we are all Good. So it's about time we play through that second season in charge. No changes to the starting 11, which I am pretty happy about because I was really impressed by everyone. So let's get through it and see how we do. Against Liverpool, as you can see, Edison plays it into Bruno Fernandes. Lovely switch out to Mateus Cunha. Great control. Cut in. Ball across, and Buemo gets in front of his man. It's a lovely headed finish. Against West Ham, early doors, Mainu picks it up into Pablo Torre, who was getting some minutes and starting to impress massively because Mainu picks it up again into Sesko, into Pablo Torre. You know, it's a bit lucky, but Sesko feeds off scraps if he has to. Against Arsenal again, look at that from Bruno. Into Couto. Buemo wasn't really expecting it, but it still works out because Couto gets it back. That overlapping is working to a T, and Sesko once again playing like a poacher. Look, in the Champions League, this shows our kind of downfall points. It's a poor throw from Lamens trying to rush it, and they've now got it into Jovic. But look at this from Van der Perre. That's our sub. And against Brentford, we pick it up with Mbeumo trying to start a counter-attack, and it's Santos, the right-back of all people, from a corner, sprinting forward. But can he show the composure in front of goal? Of course he can. Our young second-choice right-back. As you can see, we're currently 5 games into the Champions League and aren't even going to be qualifying for the playoff round. It's been a real disappointment there. 2 draws, 2 losses. Yeah, it's been a big downfall for us. And in the Prem, we are doing fine. We are 4th, on track to get another Champions League spot. But we can't just accept that. We need to properly go for a trophy somewhere else. And that underperforming the Champions League is kind of making me think we need to change something. Because look, as you can see from some of these stats, there's been a bit of an underperformance. Fernandes not had a great season. Cunha hasn't had a great season. So something definitely needs to change because they're a lot better than how they're performing. So I'm thinking it's got to be a tactical one. A formation change has got to be done now. We're not getting the best out of our players. And I think a 3-back could work. And I'll show you why in a minute. But I feel like we're in a... You know, we're doing all right, but we need to get more out of Cunha. So we want to try him up front instead. Romero on the left and Buemo on the right with the same midfield. So it isn't crazy different, but centre-back we are now going to need. We only have the 4, and that was fine before. But now that we're at a 3-back, we definitely need another option. Because look, we actually want to play the right centre-back as a wide-back. Because Romero's going to be dropping into a left-back almost. So it is going to be kind of the same thing. But we need a centre-back that can cover out wide. Because I want to play Yoro down the middle. So we need someone for that right centre-back. And I think Kasuno could be the man. He's rapid, can play wide back, 90 sprint speed, physically unbelievable, but also, you know, not too bad on the ball as well. So it could be the perfect option. And we did actually manage to get Kasuno through the door in Jan at the perfect time. £34.4 million. And hopefully he could be that difference maker because now this is what our team is going to be looking like with him in there. Ito, Yoro and Kasuna as a back 3. Kasuna covering that space. Because with the wing back on that right-hand side, there was always gaps there anyway. So I feel like we may as well just full send it and go a bit more like this. Hopefully we can get more now out of Cunha. But yeah, we definitely need to change something for that attack. So now let's actually get through the rest of the season. Hopefully this tactical change isn't going to, you know, disturb too much. Carry on the momentum in the league. But now in the Champions League, we can get more out of our best players. You can see we've got it with Edison out to Romero on this left-hand side. And with how creative he is, it's not a bad thing at all, giving him more space. But look at this. Lovely play. Sesko through on goal. It's a neat little finish early doors away to Liverpool. And in the Champions League, we are currently 1-0 down to Barcelona. But Sangare filling in at centre-back wins it back fantastically. And Torre playing in this game. Out to Dorgu, who's also playing in this game. Ball across to Costulas, who's also playing in this game. Our subs are even performing. As you can see in the FA Cup, round 3, an easy 2-0 win against West Brom. Round 4, dispose of Cardiff 4-2. Round 5, battered Villa 4-1. They're a decent team as well. In the round 6, we beat Spurs 4-2 and beat Arsenal 2-0 in the semis, meaning we're facing Chelsea in the FA Cup final. And it's our first chance to win a bit of silverware in charge of Man United. So obviously it's got to be the full strength team. We are going Sangare at centre-back because Yoro does have a suspension. But when he's played there, he has filled in perfectly. And hopefully this is enough to get us our first bit of silverware. Early doors now. We've played it into Kobe Mainu, into Fernandes now. He's gone for the switch out to Romero. He's now got Cunha inside. Lovely played. Edison. Oh my God. Sesko still got it. And Buemo. That's got to be a goal somewhere. Okay, they've got the ball now with Cole Palmer. This is, you know, where the back 3 can sometimes catch us out, especially when Kasuna is sitting so deep. But can he step across and cover it? Kasuna! Lucky. Okay, they've got the ball again. Gittins. Oh my God, he's actually played it through. And he is onside. João Pedro. That's poor defending. And we're 1 down already. Half-time, 1-0 down. We should have scored early doors. Didn't make it count. And they got that goal. It's going to be a big challenge now, trying to pull this one back. Okay, we've got it with Edison now. Out to Romero, back into Edison. Just trying to, slow it down a bit. Romero, lovely run. Fernandez, played it behind. Cunha, lovely, lovely. Cunha, across. Sesko. Beautiful stuff. Composed in around the box, and Sesko gets that equaliser. But we are making some changes. Torre's coming on the left. Costulas up front. Just need some fresh ideas on the pitch. Need to go for it a bit. Let's go get a winner. Okay, they've got the ball with Santos. 86 minutes in. Oh. João Pedro. A couple minutes left to play. It just gifted them the winner. And it was the winner. 2-1 in the final. And it's our own fault. We had chances. We didn't take them. But regardless, we gifted them basically 2 goals. Poor defending. Maybe it was the fact that Sangare was there, so he was stepping up a bit too much. But Yoro was suspended, and I gave him the shout. It's disappointing. But in the Prem, we did manage to at least secure Champions League football, which was the main goal. And we did it again pretty comfortably. So once again, we have Champions League for our final year in charge. I mean, this team is really good, and I did like the change of formation. I feel like it did offer a bit of something different. It got the best out of our players. And a player like Mbeumo is just going to be so important in this final season. He's now up to 89 rated. More freedom now on that right-hand side. So much space. And he's really just a superstar in this team. And we need him to carry us to something in our final year. So look, again, the goal tallies were fantastic. Sesko 34 this time. Cunha, look, halfway through was underperforming, but now he's ended up with 17 and 12. And Mbeumo 15 and 13. Costulas, fantastic numbers off the bench with limited minutes. Fernandez turned around his season a bit, a decent year. And yeah, that change of formation definitely gave us that refreshment we needed. And I mean, for our final year, they have given us £305 million. They've gone, full send it, mate. Go see what you can win. And we're going to go do that. But 2 players are listed instantly. Aiden Heaven was not happy with being backup. He's 21. He wants to move on. Again, it's a shame. Heaven is such a good centre-back in real life. But if he's not starting, he doesn't want to be it. And we can't guarantee that. And Romero wants to leave. We've only just basically signed him. And he wants to leave. I don't know why. But again, so good for us. And he's not happy. So both of them have gone. And we've also loaned out Van der Perre just to guarantee him some minutes. Romero's gone to Newcastle for 45.4 mil. Don't know why he didn't stay at us. Annoying. And Aiden Heaven's also gone, which is a real disappointment. So with those sales, we are now looking to change formation again. Wasn't ideal. But Romero on that left-hand side was such a crucial part. So we are going to go like this instead. Obviously, now it means there's a massive gap at left back. Again, a change that didn't really want to happen. But we are still going to be sending the wing backs with the 2 wingers cutting inside to give that space. Again, we desperately now need a left back. We don't have one. And we need a wing back that can play that. And Ito can cover there, but he's definitely more defensive. And I've got 2 players, and both are from Brighton. De Soiper and Says. Both look good, but I feel like one of them definitely suits our system a little better. And that man is Says. 46.4 million he's joined for. A big, big spend, but we desperately needed it. Don't like the fact that we've had to change formation again. But Says, he should suit it really well. But centre mid, we now desperately need. Torre can obviously cover there. Sangare will be covering the DM role, but we desperately need that. And right back, with our backup being out on loan because we weren't playing a 4-back, we now kind of need another one of them as well. We've done our business. We've bought in Ortiz from Betis for £10 million. And we're going to call him Usama from Feyenoord for 32.2 mil. As you can see, Usama, a really good midfield option, 81 rated. And in the Champions League, we need real quality off that bench in midfield. And he's definitely going to offer that. He's not the quickest player, but on the ball, defensively, just really solid. And Ortiz, 24 years old, 77 rated right back. But as you can see, 90 pace, 5'6", a really similar style of player to Couto. But again, Bruno Fernandes, final season, 33 years old now, but still got so much talent. And I just desperately want him to lift a major bit of silverware for us. So it's about time we get through that final season in charge. Is this team, is the change of formation good enough? I mean, I feel like the team's strong, but can we finally stabilise and go on a proper run? Look, against West Ham, Mbeumo's got way too much space. Cutting in, cutting back. Look at that lovely play. Played it out to Couto. Couto, ball across. Sesko, bang. Easy, easy stuff. Against Man City, early doors. In big games like this, we did like to start out with a big press. And Usama, lovely little dummy into Cunha, into Sesko, into Fernandes, into Mbeumo. Oh my God, this is beautiful stuff. And Mbeumo gets that early goal in the derby. Look, in the Champions League as well, Cunha picks it up into Ederson, drifting out wide, into Sesko, into Cunha. This quick football in the attacking third was so dangerous, and it led to so many goals. Against Nottingham Forest now, Ederson, fantastic stuff to win that back. Into Sesko, holding off Maria, into Ederson, holding it up. Lovely ball to Mbeumo, and that's our star boy doing what he does. And I mean, we finished 5th. Joint points with Spurs, who got Champions League. We dropped to Europa, and it was a lower point tally than what we've been expecting. But it might all be forgiven. Because in the Champions League, we've had our best season yet. Finishing 4th, only losing 1 game, conceding only 8, which isn't actually too bad. And yeah, really solid Champions League. Tied 1st with points. And then we beat Benfica pretty comfortably, 5-2 over the 2 legs. Quarterfinals, we got our revenge on Bayern Munich. 4-1 on aggregate, making them pay. And we beat Dortmund 5-1 on aggregate in the semis. We're in the final. We are facing PSG. In real life, back-to-back winners. The best team in the world. Not going to be easy. But we've been unbelievable in the Champions League. So definitely don't write us off. This team is just so good now. The signings again. Kasuno's been such a good player for us. Says has settled in. And I feel like it's about time. With Mbeumo going up to 92. We definitely can go cause PSG some issues. Look again, the goal tallies so split across that front 4 like they have been every season. 15 plus for all of them. And Fernandes, 19 assists. Back to almost his best. But yeah, this PSG team is strong. Not loads of changes from the team in real life. But probably a little bit weaker than their current team in real life. And looking at our squad, I feel like we can definitely cause them some issues. So obviously, final game in charge. It's full strength. But is it enough? Champions League final. Kind of out of nowhere. If we can win this, I mean, United definitely rebuilt. Okay, we've got it with Says into Kobe Mainu now. Into Bruno Fernandes, dropping in to pick up the ball from a bit deeper. Back into Kobe Mainu. Oh my God, what a ball that is. To Mateus Cunha. Great header. It's a decent chance. They've got it with their keeper now. 10 minutes in. Literally gifted Sesko the opening goal. Okay, I've got it with Kobe Mainu. It's a bit of a weak header there. And now this is dangerous because they have the talent to cause us real issues as they've got in behind with Lee Kang in. That is world class from Says. Okay, they've just got a... this is a really dangerous free kick here. Kavicha. They've got the equaliser less than 10 minutes later. Okay, they've got the ball with Lee Kang in now. We've stepped up. Has it cost us? No, because Yoro, what a first time ball that is out to Cunha, into Ederson, into Bruno. First time. Stroke of half time. Champions League final. Weak foot. How'd you like it? Okay, 60 minutes in now. They've got an attack. 4 men, and oh my God, Dembele's got in behind. What a save. We need to make changes. There's not long left at all now. Kostulas up front. We're moving Ederson to left. Pure defensive. Uzame is in midfield. Ortiz is on a right back. We need fresh legs. We need energy. We need to hold this one out. I mean, late on now, they've got a... Oh my God, no. Okay. Yori's kind of been done there, and now they're in the box. They've played it into Zaire Emery, into Kavi... Oh my God, that is world class from Lamens. And as long as we can see this one out, the final attack Says has done it. We've won the Champions League. And I mean, it took effort. Says massive challenges. Lamens, Emi Martinez World Cup final level saves there. But we've done it. And I mean, what a way to end it all. It's kind of come out of nowhere. We were decent in the league, in the Champions League. But this season, something just clicked. And our final game in charge ends with Bruno Fernandes lifting the Champions League trophy for Manchester United. It's all confirmed. We've done it. We've kept the consistency of the league positions. We've now even got ourselves a Champions League. And I mean, what a way to end it. So that is obviously where this rebuild is coming to an end. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. It's obviously a bit of a different style of one. I don't usually do the massive teams in England. But if you have enjoyed it, then make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and obviously comment down below, who should I rebuild next?